And that should be it. Let's see, we are live. We are live, right? Are we? Come on now, come on. Yeah, okay, good. Alright, just give me one more minute. Alright, yeah. Took a little minute to get started, but now we're here. Oh, apologies for the delay, but fortunately it wasn't too bad. Now, first we'll just do the dungeon, and then we'll actually get to the challenge. Now, the dungeons are always like really quick, and they're always a nice bit of money, so of course I like to use them. I'll use a slightly different layout. Most importantly, it's a better layout. And also, this dungeon is like right next to the part on the map where we were gonna go anyway. So that's pretty neat. Right, you know, like these ones are always taken out pretty easily, despite their whole dodge mechanic. There, we just hit that one, simply for the money, because the poison would take them out anyway. And then, oh, never mind, you are strong for some reason. Well, not anymore. Well, this one again is just hit once, and then hit those two just manually. Then we go for one more heal. And also let's try and use the buff with the blue so they actually just take out the next time. Like so. Well, that saves us a little bit of time. Alright, so here again we just go for the normal shock. We hit that one, and then again, just because he's really annoying. Like that. He's got a decent chance of buffing the enemies, so you just want to get him out first and foremost. But in the meantime, it seems we've also taken out most of everyone else. Like yeah, the end of this turn, and there we go. They're all done. Just one more wave until the boss, and the boss is impressively weak. Alright, let's hit this one because he's actually got a bit of health. And then we also just make sure to hit you. Alright, one poison. Now we've got a bit of strength, but you know we're gonna be fine on that one. Overhand, then we go for a quick heal. And another quick heal. Before finally taking that one out. You know, things are going pretty well. And then we do this one, put the effect on so he takes more damage. And then we just run Chuck's Chili and that should be enough. 1, 2, 3. Wonderful. It probably would have been faster if I did Chili right away, but yeah. Like we're already done within 6 minutes of stream start, so you know that's also reasonable intro time, I'd say. So now, as usual, we go through this upper route along the moorlands first, then the normal snow route, and then the snow valley. So yeah, let's hop into it. And now that is the challenge with Red, where he's got no more units to support him. He needs to do all of this on his own. Well, at least they've still got pretty low health. Oh no, don't tell. Oh, chain attack, of course. Nice. And then we, of course, get Avenger resources. Nothing too valuable, but as a very wise engineer once said, better than a kick in the nuts. I mean, I guess unless you're into that, then you probably prefer that, but anyway. There we go, we attack these people, or the pigs, I guess. And then we attack that one, because well, we couldn't one-shot that one anyway, so why not? Ooh, I think they're gonna go for a heal, that's annoying. So let's make sure that we take one of them out. Otherwise that could become a very long battle. Yeah, now I'm saving the chili just in case we've got one of the stronger brutes here. We want to take it right away. Yeah, okay, so let's go for it right now. Okay, good, because that one goes for the stun, and we don't like being stunned. And we've also got like a decent bit of health now, because the fact that we got attacked by the first few enemies. Again, we focus on the cheese boy, because we don't want to get the cheese. Like the poison is fine, we can withstand the damage, but the stun, that makes sure that they get another turn and they are just doing nothing. And we want progress. Alright, we hit that one and hit that one. And then just a normal battle with a few brutes. Shouldn't be too much of an issue, actually. Yeah, no, like just hit the chili right away. Are these the basic brutes? They don't even have the Welting perk? Oh, damn. Disappointing. Like I thought you were better than this. Come on now. Oh, I should also check the dojo. And no, I'll do it after we've done this one section. Now, first things first, and that is the first things is the moorlands and the sea. I think that's north. Oh well, you know, we'll see. Pun not intended. with a very nice aesthetic. Again, I just fucking love this one. You know, I have no more things to say about it. I just love it. It's that simple. Dun, 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 dun. Alright then. Well, these ones just gonna be some hits. And again, they don't even have any special perks. Like, come on, this is what you'd expect at the start. So seriously, bro, like we really need to get stronger, or you know, get hit once or twice, because for some reason I went for the upper one when we could have just taken out the lower one. Oh well, you know, see it like this. We do more damage now. And probably not like that's the difference between the 1 or 2 would probably matter, but hey, it's something, I guess. Alright, nice chain attack. Cool. And then we take that one out. Alright, yeah, get one hit in, but then we also get a hit in. And boom, he's dealt with. No more problem. A problem? No more. Let me get over the little bridge in the... over the... what is like a lake or a marsh? I don't know. Anyways, you know, like this one. Or is it just a walkway? I wouldn't know, to be honest. Now, first of all, we take out Mario because he's stupid and annoying. Then we go for the Feather Pig because he's also stupid and annoying. Like the Mario Pig would buff the damage that the others do, which, you know, you don't want to deal with. And the Feather Pig messes with your chili. You know, even if it's in a way that doesn't actually impact how much you can use it, it's just a matter of principle, you know? Like, if you're gonna be like that to me, then I'm gonna target you. How about that? You know, and that seems fair enough, in my opinion. I don't think that's unreasonable. And there, oh hey, those are some of the normal pigs. And after we've dealt with these ones, we're heading into the water. Wow, isn't that cool? You know, it's kind of interesting how the late game is kind of divided on how much water you use. Even though it has both the surface water and the underwater levels. Yeah, interesting. Right, okay, you're wasting your turns. That means we can just focus one hit on you. And then to make sure that you're not gonna target all of them, because that takes more time to get through. And we just want to go through these levels and beat up all of these annoying enemies. Oh hey, that one only took 1 more hit, surprisingly. And then we just have a few of the soldier enemies. Very simple, very quick, very easy. Right here, we just want you. Okay, wow, okay. You know, I'm not complaining. That's pretty quick. And then we just use you for the speed. Because I think that one's a bit stronger. And then of course we also make sure to take out that one. Oh hey, let me place my microphone here. Probably be a little bit better. Oh, and the pirates. Immune to negative effects. Well, fortunately, this class doesn't do negative effects. Like, yes, it's got the whole target thing, but seeing as it's entirely and utterly useless, we're just never using that. Oh, you're gonna hit me? Haha. Look at that, barely a dent. There, taken out. And we also just changed to the next one, so that's very nice. I'm getting a lot of chains here, which is pretty cool. You know, I'd even go so far as to say, now that is pretty epic. Come on. Yeah. No. Alright, now what do we have here? The pirate, and the pirate goes brr, and I say ha, and then, oh, you want to heal him? No, you don't. Yeah, you know, the heals don't really matter when I just single hit them, or even if it takes multiple hits, but the heal doesn't bring it over the point to actually add a hit. Dun. Wow, look at that. Quite a nice bit of progress, I would say. And then we have this one. Oh, also a wave battle. Come on, you should know better than to put up so much resistance by this point. Come on now, come on. Like single chili, boom, you're gone. Then you're gonna put up a shield, like the little bitch you are. Okay, well, you've delayed the inevitable by one turn. Are you proud of yourself? There. I love the way they struggle to keep their balance as they're being knocked over. Right, the Marine Knight, you can just ignore this one, because he's gonna do absolute fuck all for now. Then we're gonna target you. And then we're gonna target the Knight, because of that. And also because in terms of attack, it doesn't really matter which one you pick, as you just saw. Like, the difference is marginal. And again, he's just gonna do absolutely nothing. Ooh, okay, we take out you, because then we get to use the chili on the knight. And then again 2 more hits for the knight, because I think by now we've taken enough damage to actually do sufficient damage as well. Yeah, cool. Dun. There's some basic steer resources, but we don't really care for those. It's just we get through the levels. I mean, at this point we do kind of have infinite money, so we don't exactly have to worry about the coins. Oh, advertisement, of course. I just put on the automatic mode while I was drinking a bit of water. And even though he did waste a turn on the pointless shield. We still got through it, so it's very nice. What level is this even? Like the name it's got. Ah yes, Northern Sea. Okay, Dojo. Do you have anything for us? Nope, and for some reason we don't even get multiple styles of classes. We also had it yesterday, or I mean like the previous stream. It's kind of annoying because I want to buy more stuff. We didn't even get the class we're playing as right now. Oh well. Time for the snow levels. I don't know about this. Yeah, get it? Yeah, no, sorry. That was terrible. What are you gonna do? Is that just a heal? Probably. But even then, I'm still gonna one shot. And you? Wow, okay. But that little bit that's left over would still be taken out right away. So, again, doesn't really matter. Like, we're gonna get to the point where healing matters. Especially that one part of the shield and the final wave of Castle 5. Those ones, ooh, they're gonna be something. I already know. But so far, so good. Alright, and then, right, flying level, we take out the knight. Then let's go for the shaman, just because he's annoying and stupid. And especially the cave version of this dude was just absolute hell to fight against. It was also combined with its ridiculous heal that kind of made it near impossible to chop down the health. But with that is another level done. Well done, Woofa. Oh wow, thank you, Woofa. I know. Yeah, no, I am slightly insane. Don't worry about it. Din 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 din. Alright, and that is the first wave battle in the snowy area. And the first wave is defeating the advertisement. Yay! Right, we just hit the chili to take out the brute right away, so we don't have to worry about dealing with that one later. Now we hit the whatchamacallit. And also that one. Oh, and would you look at that? It's chained anyway. Ah, wonderful. You love to see it. You love to see it. Right here we take out the wildlings, just because we don't want them to start summoning anyone. Right, and then it doesn't really matter which ones we do. And then maybe here the heal actually could have saved the turn, but or does it take? No, okay, it is instant. But well, anyway, here it definitely didn't save a turn, as you could see. But I commend the effort. Again, the wildlings just instant target, just be gone. And then we again hit the heal. Oh, that's pretty nice. 61 and 18. So yeah, you know, like if we were just a little higher level. Like we're getting I think quite a lot of levels now. That we are just this little bit below a proper one shot. And I was like, wow, you were so close. Alright. Now what do we do here? It's just the snow peaks. It's like, oh, we're really hitting the snowy areas now. Well, I probably could have gone for a chili there actually. That was a slight misplay. But it's nothing to worry about. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Oh, and we also got a nice old chain, so it's not even that bad now. Oh, but that chain didn't do its thing. Well, I don't get the logic sometimes of how this game does things. Maybe it was just a weaker pig. I didn't pay too much attention. They looked similar enough, you know. Alrighty, and that is, I believe, the final level before the castle. I might be wrong though. Anyways, we just hit the chili to take out the big whiz. No, that sounds like wrong. And then we hit the children. No, just be gone. And then finally we hit whatever this one is. The chieftain. Yeah, more like defeated them. That doesn't even work. That doesn't even work. Oh well. And then some nice rocks. Hey bro, nice rock. And then, oh, would you look at that? That's already the castle. Ooh, big scary battle. Yeah, except they have literally one wave. That's just nothing in terms of enemies. No, it's just a few bombs, and half of them don't even do any damage. You know, like they do what, 3 damage. So you know, that's nothing. You know, like even by the point you get here, even when you're low level, it's still no damage at all. Oh, I never really noticed that there was this tunnel here. Especially because, yeah, you walk backwards to get a. I was like, is that even part of the castle like that, or like, what's going on there, huh? What's happening? Anyways, we just take out those ones very quickly. Very nice, very neat. Right here, I honestly don't know which is the best one to target first, so I'm just gonna focus one, and after that do the other. Very straightforward, it seems. Also, you know, like you can see, like this castle is way better and way more built up than the previous one. But then there's also just a random broken wall at the top all of a sudden. So, you know, I sometimes do kind of wonder what's up with that. And then we just use the chili and hope it targets the right one. Not really, but well, it takes only 2 hits, so yeah, you're fine. And maybe with the whole tit for tat broken shield. No, okay, still not. Well, you know, a man can hope. A man can hope, after all. Well, that seems fair enough. And with that is Castle 4 done. Oh, no. And with that is Castle 4 done. Yeah, there's not even consistent logic to whether you have to defeat summons that don't actually do anything on their own. Alright, come on, come on, come on. We hit you. And now we're moving back down the mountain again. But we gotta remember that we also need to do the valley. So we're not skipping anything. We're making sure that we are thorough in how we go about this. And that we actually hit everything. Like each and every single level. Well, except dungeons, but that's if it costs ridiculous to like constantly pay for dungeons. Or make a bunch of micro streams specifically to show us like beating the dungeons with the different classes. And they're also, not normal levels. They're like specifically made for when you're at a certain level. As like how leveled up you are. So it also doesn't really fit the challenge anyway. Alright, then we prevent the summon. Yeah, because this one isn't gonna prevent any turns, so I mean, like, it isn't gonna stretch out how many attacks we need to do. Alright, then we just do this one because I don't want to deal with the brute. Yeah, that seems very fair. And there we go. And then we take out the shaman just because he's annoying and stupid and I hate him. Which again seems like rather fair reasoning on my part. And then we have that one as well. Now what do we got here? Oh, okay, we got one with the snow and ice. Now I haven't seen you use your ice shield yet. Oh, there we go. Speak of the devil. Wow, it barely even absorbed anything. That's kind of sad, honestly. Anyway, bye bye, bitch. Boom. And with that is another level well done. Oh, you gonna cry? Yeah. Yes. But I'm still gonna keep defeating all of you. Like, it doesn't matter how much you cry upon defeat. I will not stop. This was kind of funny how this got like islands in the sky and it's just, actual plateaus. And it's also just ground levels. It's not even floating levels, it's just like just on the ground but in the mountains. Kind of silly. Oh, hey, we got some nice fancy shiny water. I don't know where it got the shine from. Maybe because like sort of like spring water or something. I don't really know the logic, to be honest. Anyway, let's take out the knight first because we did see that the shield can be enough to like extend the round, and we don't want that now, do we? Oh, nice little chain. Yeah, okay, so if they've got the popsicle, that means they're a bit stronger, but if they don't, then they're just really weak. So that's good to know. I will probably forget within like 5 levels. But hey, for now it's good to know. And now we go for the valley levels. And I remember the first time that I got here, and I was like, oh wow, that looks pretty interesting what they've got at the end there. And then you get it, and it's just entirely useless. Like it serves straight up no purpose whatsoever. Like, oh wow, 10%? 10% bonus? Oh, is that then guaranteed? No, it's like what's 20% chance? And do you get it from one weapon? No, you need to put 3 of these really rare weapons into that just to have this little chance of getting this minimal bonus. And then even in the days where you still got golden coins and stuff like that quite easily, there was quite a lot still. So I still don't really know what the point of that one is, to be honest. But, oh, are you gonna shield again? Just attack me, you coward, and get it over with. There we go. Oh, there's one more wave. Shaman. Right, let's make sure that we hit that one first, just so we can one-shot him later. And there we go. Oh, and we also got a chain to hit one of the small piggies out of the way. And that is one more. And with that is a wave battle well done. You know, I'd say it's well done. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Right, there we go. Past the blueprint shop. Now what have we got here? I don't know. But, oh, okay. Right, we hit the chieftain. Okay, so here we're at the point where there's actually signs of civilization. You know, like we've got a bit of infrastructure here with this road. And we've got, you know, a few houses in the background. So, you know, very nice, very nice. That's always the sort of thing you're looking for. And right, some apples. Again, like I'd be really curious about how some of the food items they display in this game would taste in real life. Well, like those apples. I would assume that for example the pig cherries would just taste like cherries. But those sea berries, like, like they seem actually kind of interesting. Or the cakes. Well, at least the fruit ones. Like, I don't think I want any of the chili ones. I mean, maybe. Like, I don't know what kind of other things they've got. I don't know the recipes, but yeah. You know, it's still like, if it's mostly chili, then you probably wouldn't want that, because that's just gonna burn you. What do we do here? Let's focus on the knight, just because he's stupid and annoying. You know, like, again, you see what his shield does to the runs. It slows them down, like, very slightly. Which is enough for me to just decide to target them. You know, here I actually should have gone for that one, so it would have been gone. Oh, well, never mind, because the chain attack took them both out anyway. You know, still, because they had like this extra attack animation then. You know, like as long as the enemy is alive, it can do something. No, except if it's stunned, of course, but it wasn't. Because you have the chain attack weapon and not the stun weapon. Yeah, just hit the chili. Why not? And then we can go for that one, and hopefully we get the chain to also take out the other. Unfortunately we didn't, but that's no problem. So we just take that one out. And a 1 and a 2. Alright. Nice bit of score. And then some pretty basic resources. The water was like sort of fancy. And I think there's like another tier to it where it's red water, I believe. So I know there's a lot of items in this game which like tier together, you know, like sand into small vials and then into big vials. And I think there's also something with the chilies or the fruits. I know the seeds are pretty important for many types of food items. Ah, dang it. So I should have used the chili right away. Oh well. Oh, it stays for multiple turns as well? Dang. Right, note to self, if you're not gonna one-shot the ice wizards, maybe just use the chili right away. And hey, this one, like under the trees, there's no snow for a bit. That's pretty interesting. Because in a lot of other levels, and even in a different part of the background here, you saw that the trees also just had a solid layer of snow beneath it as well. Huh. Alright, and here we just hit the chili. I know even when I first got here, it wasn't that challenging, but now it definitely isn't. Though interestingly enough, like you just saw, the chili doesn't one-shot it with this class. But to be fair, it's also because this class isn't as leveled. But still, you know, like with the others, it wouldn't even be close. You know, it just highlights how entirely useless this class in particular is. Again, like it's not just the worst simply because one has to be the worst. No, like this one is also just straight up terrible. Alright, can we still one-shot use? Yeah, okay, cool. Like I thought like, oh, it could get a little bit dicey here. But so far, so good. Right, okay, and now we can one-shot all of these, so that means they don't revive. Which means that we can actually defeat them. Yeah, that's the tricky thing with the single class challenges. If you don't have an AoE unit and you're dealing with undead enemies, then you know, you might just about not get. Oh, seriously, 15? Dude. Anyway, we took out the knight, and with this we take out the whole team. Bada bing, a bada boom. Dun, 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 dun. And all the zombies are now gone. You know, there's actually quite a few levels with undead, because you have the desert levels, and you have most of the sea levels, both above and below water. You know, it's like being underwater. Then I think there's also a few sky levels. There's that one dedicated sky level, mouthful. And there's, well, of course, this forest. And I also think they show up in a few of the city levels, or the barrows. Wow, hello, you are taken out. Also, the buffing sound effect for the pigs, you know, like the voice line they have, really sounds like "get him" in Dutch. Now, again, I wonder if it's just entirely purely coincidence, or if there's more to it. But I don't think it would be easy to find out in any way. And that is Square Forest. Well, how about we square up, huh? Oh. Again, I just really love these backgrounds. Also, wow, Square Forest, you say? Just like Minecraft. Yeah, it's the most obvious reference anyone could make. Like, it's not even low-hanging fruit. It's just on the ground already. But did you even do anything? What was that? Alright, then we take out this leader dude. Because we really don't want him to, you know, start commanding them to attack all of us. Or have all of them attack us. Like, there's only one of us, so to be like all of us, it just sounds a bit more dramatic than it needs to be. And there we go. Bada bing, bada boom. And then one more wave. Alright. And let's just focus on normal units, so we take damage over from these, which would buff our attack, which hopefully means we can one-shot the corporal at the end. Or get a chain attack and then we can one-shot him either way. And then we hit that. Nice little chain attack. And then we hit that one. Dun 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 dun. Bow bow bow. Wait, I just realized that one of the units is called Archaeologist. And I think at these levels they're called Lumberjacks. But I know there's also pigs with the exact same design that are called Archaeologists. And I'm just thinking that would imply the existence of archaeology as science within this big society. Are we gonna have 3 turns of you guys doing absolutely nothing? Is that just the way it's gonna be? And of course, he survives with only 8 health. Oh my god, bro. Anyway. There, you get a full hit with that highest attack we would have gotten here. Simply for surviving. You know, like otherwise I would have just taken you out right away, but no. Now I'm saving up the power. And now we have this special little knight. But he's not so special when he meets my blade. After the advertisements, of course. And there we go. Also, like, is that image at the end of the advertisement AI generated? Like I wouldn't put it past Modern Rovio to actually do something like that. But it would be still disappointing. You know, like not surprised, but disappointed nonetheless. Anyway, that is a knight destroyed. So now we're gonna do these pretty tough levels. And this might be where we end up breaking out the Excel file again. But right now we just make sure to hit that one, because you definitely don't want to end up stunned. I don't know how much that's gonna heal, so I'm just gonna take one out just in case. Like I thought, like, oh hey, we could just take out this other stun unit, and then after that do the root again. But I think I made the right choice in just keeping the attacks going. You know, if I saw how much the bird catcher healed just then. Oh god. This is not good. But fortunately we don't take too much damage right now still. Like it's still bad, but could be worse. You know, like that. I will absolutely just hit the chili the moment we get it though. Just are you serious? Anyways, that's the chili, which means the wizard is gone and done. And now again we're gonna focus the brute, because we don't want to deal with the brute. Now, and we're just gonna hope that we're gonna get the right chain attacks or whatever it is. Oh no, the shaman is gonna heal him, isn't he? For how much? Oh nope, he's gonna heal the enemy. That doesn't matter. Okay, that's very kind of you, shaman. I do appreciate that. Alright, and now we're gonna focus the shaman, because you know he actually does things, which, as you might be able to figure out, is kind of bad for our progress overall. Okay, and now we've hit half health. Kind of bad. Well, we seem to be fine. Huh. And he doesn't even seem to be able to block our chili, so that's cool. Oh, but those ones can, don't they? Well, fortunately they went for the summon instead, so that's cool. Because that means... Bam! We can take that one out in just one shot using the chili. And then we focus that one, because... Well, you know, the summons would be pretty bad. Phew. And now we've just got these little ones, they don't do much, fortunately. And with that, and I said with that, they're done. So that's pretty neat. Alrighty. And of course that one is just to work you into what this area is going to be like behind the red gate. So here is where things can actually start ramping up. After the advertisement, of course. Right, heal by damage, heal by that, 49, 51. Okay, I think it's best to do you and then hit the wizard, because I think that healing effect will be stronger than the attack based healing effect. Okay, and now we will focus on the big boy, and only after that will we deal with the small ones. Yeah. No, the healing effect won't last too long. Yeah, there we go. They've lost it already, so that's pretty cool. Oh, okay. Well, that damage is trying to ramp up. Unfortunately, this should be enough to actually take them out. And then after that, we don't have to worry too much about these, right? Yeah, okay, they're dealt with. Cool. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, no, I need to... you know, fair enough, fair enough. We still did defeat them, and that's what this challenge is all about. Now we make sure to also hit this one, because it's like the funky little side level. Alright, let's just hit the chili right away so we can actually take out the unit that would buff them. Now we need to hit the pirates. Let's see how many... Okay, so if we live... They could actually... We could actually one-shot them. I mean, like if we didn't have the debuff that was. But fortunately we had the chain attack, which allows us to one-shot him nonetheless. And unfortunately these ones aren't too strong. Oh, but they did do some damage. Oh, okay. Okay, we hit the big boy. Because we don't want to have to worry about the counter effect. Alright, and I think the fishbone ones do more damage, so I will focus those. I do think we have taken enough damage to one shot. Yeah, okay, cool. Alright, and only after that will we make sure to hit this one. We saved the chili for the next wave, because there might be a pretty strong enemy over there. Her health is in a slightly dire situation. Alright, let's see, how much health do you have? Okay. Okay, you know what? We're gonna take out one of the mateys first. Unfortunately we had the chain which doubled it. Okay, and now... Yeah, okay, we definitely need to focus that one, because we don't quite have enough damage to take him out right away with the chili. So, you know, we need that extra turn. Alright, then we hit the matey. And as long as we... Okay, well, you know, that's rather convenient. I was like, as long as we survive the next hit. But no, we didn't even have to end up worrying about that. Oh, look at that, nice little rainbow. Ah, yeah, see the red water, that's the fancy stuff I was talking about earlier. But yeah, look, nice little rainbow shells. But they've got this like really vibrant texture. I like that. And then here we continue through the pathway, which is like honestly surprising that there's even like actually a pathway there, and also docks at the end. Because like this is the middle of nowhere. Okay, no, that was definitely a waste of a chili. I should have paid a bit more attention. Anyway, let's hit the bird catchers, because they can stun us. And at first it was just about speed, but in these kinds of levels they could actually impact the way the level goes. Anyways, that's one of the pygmies dealt with. Let's see, how much health do you have? Oh yeah, okay, it's definitely a good idea to just focus on the pygmies first. Oh dang! They actually got some health now. That's a little bit annoying. But yeah, you know, we can work with that. We can work with that. Ooh, and we need to survive 2 more waves? I don't know, Chief. I don't know. I'm gonna be real with you. Okay, yeah, no, okay, we're definitely gonna hit this. And then... How much do you heal? Oh, 700, that's not too bad, fortunately. And we'll just focus on the pygmies, because I think they will be doing quite some chip damage. And you, like, the 25 isn't too bad once you're actually dealing like a decent chunk of damage. So we just hit you again. Yeah, like say it's probably gonna be only 2 more hits, even counting the healing effect. I don't know if we got enough to get through the next wave though. Like this is where we could be in quite a Alright, 64, 51. Okay, and I definitely want to be able to get rid of that one. Are the pygmies gonna do enough damage to me? Nope. Okay. Well, at least I can one-shot them, so they're just out of the way. And now we're gonna take that one hit because it's not boosted by anything. Ooh, but it's still pretty strong. But fortunately now we've got more than enough time to just completely take him out. Cool. No, it was scary for a second, but also only for a second. But I do know there's this one level in this area which is nigh impossible. Is it this one or is it one of the next ones? Okay, I think it's 2 levels after this. And wow. Oh, I do wonder if someone actually made a version of Angry Birds. Like one of the slingshot games, doesn't matter which one. Well, at least as long as it's one of the classics still, but yeah, one of the classic slingshots where you can make custom levels. Okay. Oh, these two are constantly healing each other. Right, that could actually get in the way of things now. Dang. Though to be fair, our attack does keep getting buffed. So maybe not? I don't know. Let's just keep going and see how it goes. Like, are we managing to take down damage? Because this is like effectively just, let's say, like 1,000 per turn. Which means that's 2,000 per turn overall. And how much damage are we doing? Not quite enough. Okay, no. Yeah, like here it's, as long as you take one of them out, it becomes really easy. But until you get to that point... Now, let's see, is there... How much health do you have even? Oh, 73. Yeah, no, that's hopeless. I mean, to be fair, you're not doing much in the way of damage. So that means that we do have a bit of time. if we just, you know, keep attacking them like this. Okay, now we've got a chili again. But now it's focusing on the other one, right? Yeah. And let's see. Do you actually target someone? Oh yeah, but maybe it's gonna work. I don't know. Well, and if it's not gonna work, then we can always try and swap weapons. Oh, so close. But yeah, that's just healing yourself. But maybe it's worth it to actually hit this one now. Because he'd only take one more hit and... Wait, did we just do it? Okay, well no, we're still in a rather dire situation with our current damage outputs and the damage he does. But, you know, as long as we survive one hit, we could probably do this. You know, because now we just get the chili. Which means, like, yes, it did get close. Like we would be able to take... with the damage he did just then, one more hit. But let's just, like, instantly take you out with the thing now. Best not to risk it, you know? When you have the opportunity, just to go for it. And make sure that you actually survive. Whoa! Yeah. Now this one should be a bit easier, I believe. It's only the next level where... Well, we kind of already know what the outcome would be like. We're still gonna do it just for good measure. Right, is this one just like one level? Well, I mean, like, let's just use the chili to take one out instantly. Because after that, we're not allowed to use the chili. And then we're just gonna hit you. I guess you're gonna go for a summon. No, you're gonna go for raw damage. Okay. But, well, without any heals on field. That's one more dealt with. And now, like, the damage output already halved in comparison to the start of the level. And then we also do a chain attack. Oh. Yeah, no, this one's gonna be fine, fortunately. Like, we just need to do what, one more hit? And there we go, one more hit. And then we just hit this one. And go for a bit more water. And now this one, we already know that with our current weapon, we can't do that. So we might have to switch. So we're just gonna go with the high damage weapon. Oh, so close, so close. To like getting it this rank up and making it sort of useful. Anyway, let's make sure that we don't accidentally skip this one. Okay. So 26,000. We're just gonna hit the chili out of it right away. Because we can't use chili after that. And you really don't want him to be able to keep using the benefit of having the chili. Now I think we can go for 2 full cycles. Oh no. No. Not even close. Not even close. Like there is simply no. I mean, I can try to shield, but you're gonna do like what, 6,000 damage? Yeah, okay. This one, like it wasn't even close. It wasn't even close. Like, come on, Chief. That means we do need to open up the Excel file though. Let's see, ABD RPG. And come on. Red Giant Valley. Ctrl C. Enter. Enemy strength. And to the next part, which is the Eastern Sea level 7. Yeah, but first, another little advertisement. Oh, this reminds me of that little video about some sort of recipe, and it was just 90%. Add a shot of Jägermeister. Add a shot of Jägermeister. Add a shot of Jägermeister. Yeah, we can probably take the hit. Yeah, that's fine. Unless, yeah, that's fine. Like now we only need to do 1 more hit. So like it looks a little scary at first, but you can see like, oh hey, we're fine. Like there, 46 out of the 94. And now did like what, 200, 300 damage. Like we still got quite a lot left. Like, what level were the enemies actually? 51. Oh, 51 even. Yeah, I thought it was like only 50 in the overworld. Huh. Oh well. Where was I? Yes. Okay, so we do the sea levels, the barrows, the city, and then you reach the final little area, the mountain. But alright, the sea. Now, okay, it's important to remember that now we switch to the strength weapon. But it might be worth it anyway, so I'm just gonna keep it until we get to the castle. For the castle, you need the chain weapon to actually deal with the bombs. Like with this one, sure, you can beat the main enemies, but you only get 2 turns to get rid of 3 bombs. And if you don't have a chain attack and you have a single unit, like a single target unit, then you know you're just ending up softlock in a battle. Alright, then we go up. And then I mean, like, it's like, you know, like we're being launched up using the up. Dude, Are you for real, for real? Okay, well now I'm just gonna hit the other ones, because I don't care how much damage you do. We're back at a normal level, so we don't need to worry about the damage, baby. No, it's only like also 5 and onward. Oh, and of course, like the stuff behind the red gates, where there's anything to worry about whatsoever. Before that, like, we're chilling. Right, okay, we can definitely take these ones out. And it's only this wave then where we're gonna use the chili again. Is it gonna be worth it? Nope, it's just basic weak units. Well, goodbye. I guess also like so pathetic, like you keep stumbling. You're supposed to be like an actually properly trained unit of the king's military. And then these random lumberjacks perform better. Like, damn, bro. Again? I'm now almost feeling sad for you. Unfortunately, I do still have a battle to beat. So, bye bye. Dun 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 dun. And that is another battle well done. Now we get some water too. Both in game and in real life. Now let's just do this one so we don't forget it, because it's like sort of in between the two roads. And there we go. Battle. No. Stupid. There. And there we go. Ah, for frick's sake. It did this. Of course it did. Yeah. And alright, and we also need to bring it down. Okay, cool. Okay, now where was I? Yes, right, we eat chili. And then we use that one. And that one. Dun, 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 dun. And we hit the flotsam. Which again, like I think you even get those in, what, the second or first level already? Of the entire game. And I don't think there's too many pieces of equipment that actually use that. So yeah, no, I know what's up with that. But yeah, it's so annoying that Samsung made the change to force unauthorized actions like that with advertisements. No, it used to be that you could make it first do a little pop-up like, oh hey, do you want it in browser or thingy? No, and that would also just give you the option to cancel. But then Samsung was like, you know what this needs? Unauthorized actions being performed. So yeah, then they decide to get rid of that feature. Yay. And shitification and all that. Anyways, oh hey, look at that mastery up. Cool. I don't think it will impact battles much from now on, but it's still something. And that is the first wave dealt with. I do also like how mastery can just upgrade within the battle, which means that you're also stronger. Like after that point, even if you're still inside of a battle. No, you don't have to wait until after the battle to actually profit of it. And then we take out one of those. And one of those. And it's also got its own little animation. And so it's pretty neat detail. Pretty neat. Right, we just take out these little ones and hope that we get the chili all charged up. Yeah, we don't really have to worry about that unit anymore. And now we just hit you with this. And that's enough to take them out. So, you know, pretty good. I'd say it's pretty good at least. Now, like, whether it's pretty good, I guess it's a matter of opinion. But I think it's pretty good, yeah. Yep, 2% increase. Don't mind if I take that. And there we go, the final underwater level. Like now there's simply no more underwater levels in the overworld or the campaign levels. Well, this is interesting. Like, I wouldn't mind if all of you go instantly. But this is like really goofy, because if you would command them to attack, then they would still, you know, be gone after that. No, wait a minute. Wait, he would just not even be able to command them because the charge takes longer than the explosion charge. I mean, like, yeah, sure, he would be buffed, but at that point it's still more worth it to just, you know, have a proper layout. Did such a silly level. And now it's time for us to move to the old nesting barrows. So it's like the birds used to live really close to the city. Oh, money! And then they just moved away. I don't really know. Anyway, how much do you have? Probably enough to require this. Is it a bit overkill? Perhaps. Maybe. But that's what it's all about. Okay, 1330. Nice. Okay, so that's really clearly the difference between. But I think it still affects you within the battle. It's kind of hard to test when, you know, your attack also goes up throughout the battle anyway, because the class specific features. But hey, aha, you are dead. Oh, this is kind of interesting, because normally it's sort of like the boss unit, and the hierarchy is sometimes a little unclear, because you've got multiple, which seem to be like in sort of different branches. But here it's straight up a normal bandit or a rogue versus the rogue leader. So then it definitely should have been the rogue leader, right? Yeah. Oh well. Anyways, again, we just take that one out. And then we save the ghost for last, even if he does the dodge thing. I mean, maybe second last. How about that? How many turns does this? Oh, 3 turns. Okay. Now, you know, like, if there's a bench on field with if that defends up, then of course we can take out the ghost simply to wait it out. But otherwise, okay. You're playing it like this, huh? Well, no, you are. They just freaking stumble and fall. Like, you definitely wouldn't be. Wait a minute, but isn't a smuggler someone who does like criminal activity? Why are they still working for the king? Like, did they get caught and then, as a way to avoid punishment, could they just start working directly under the king, or like what's the social structure there? Again, I'm probably reading into things too much, but you gotta do something when you're going through the same levels again and again. Alright. I just hope we're gonna get a chain attack. But otherwise, I'm just gonna hit you manually. How about that? And maybe we get a chain attack towards the ghost. That would be cool. Or towards that dude. Well, fortunately, the gamble paid off to just attack him directly. And it's the final wave of this one, right? Or is there another one? Don't tell me there's another one. There's another one. Okay, well now I wonder which enemy will be seen as the boss for this one when we get to the game or the level done screen. The victory screen, undoubtedly. I'm just taking the normal bandits because they can still actually do things. Plus we might be able to get enough of a damage boost to be able to one-shot them. Which is, of course, pretty neat. Let's see, yeah, look at that, that's a proper one-shot. Just a destroyer dirt. Dun dun dun. Alrighty. Yeah. And another advertisement. Oh yeah, see this for like one of the slop games. Alright, now what do we have here? Okay, it's a relatively simple layout, same thing we had just then. I will go for the ghost first, so the smoke fields will go away. Or whatever it is that's called. Oh, you can't actually look at the details when he's knocked out. Oh well. Yeah, anyway, we just hit that one. Now... Huh? You know, like, I thought that would mean that he would go for an attack because he revived, but apparently not. That's very strange. I mean, not that I'm complaining, I'm just a little confused. So far, it's gone pretty quickly. And same for like the others, the other classes when we got to this point. And except for maybe that one level with the giant set of pygmies. But I do know that once you get to Castle 5, things that can slow things down a bit, because then there's this potential which you then want to try again a few times. But the waves are generally pretty large, which means that it also takes a bit of time for each retry. Yeah, well, anyway, we are nearing the end of the barrows. Only one more level after this one. And you know what that means? It means we're gonna get to the city. Sorry, did any of you even attack? Or like, what, only one or two? The others are too busy falling over just like that. Or just trying to laugh at me. You stupid incompetent. Like it's not gonna stop me from defeating you, right? Yeah, I still have to do that to get past the level. What you're doing is just making a fool of yourself with no benefit. Yeah, I think some of these pigs are kind of, special. To be fair, like if you've seen the other content, like the tunes or some of the cutscenes, it's like maybe most of them are a little bit, not all there. Anyway, we have this little advertisement. And we skip that. Ah, yeah, Dahlia from Angry Birds Stella, which got cancelled for no freaking reason because Rovio just wanted to go to slop production instead of quality games. But they didn't even bother to sort of wrap up whatever part of the story they did have. No, it was just like, haha, coming soon. Not. Shit. Like, damn, bro. Even Borat is better at telling something not jokes. And and like at that point, it's really bad. Anyway, that is the end of the barrows. So now we're heading into the city, which, now that I think of it, has got quite an interesting layout. And like, it doesn't seem like the usual thing to expect, honestly. Anyway, right, I'm getting like distracted by random nonsense again. Is that a plunger on the wall? Why do you have, like, the barrels and the crates and the sacks, like I get those because, it's right at the entry port of the city, so it's where all the cargo goes. But a plunger stuck on the wall, what's that all about, huh? Are you serious? Oh well, not like it would have been sped up anyway, because if we would have taken out that one, then we wouldn't have been attacked, which means we wouldn't have gotten our damage up, and then the shield of after that would have also still, you know, stopped any bit. Oh, are you serious? For Christ's sake. Oh, but and again, like it's always so close. Like it's just this little slither of their health. Like, come on now, just work with me. Do this for me. But no, they do not. They do not care. Very, very shocking, I know. Ah, yes, let me just hit that one. And then load the next level. Right, now what have we got here? Oh, look at that. It's the Prince Porky. With the possible criminal background or training from ninjas. Because of the ability he's got. But I'm still gonna do this, just because. Plus, it did actually get closer to doing proper damage. But also, funny thing, the tit for tat actually makes them take less damage now. But still, fortunately, enough damage. Now, I think it's only like when you're doing more damage that the tit for tat actually becomes a shield instead of a debuff. Just kind of goofy, but hey. Now what's here? Do we still need to defeat those ones, or is it just over? Okay, we still need to defeat those ones. Wait, no, don't tell me. Don't tell me. But maybe, let's see, one, and then we take out that one. Okay, whew, fortunately. Okay, so now we, like, was this already the final one or not? Like I'm starting to lose count. And to be fair, like the evening is becoming more evening and all that. There we go. We've got the wizard now. The wizard who's getting absolutely destroyed, like just completely bodied, like bam. Bye, bro. And you, oh, you're putting up a shield, but it's not gonna do anything. Aha, taken out just like that. 1, 2, gone. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Alright, and now unfortunately we have to switch to the weaker weapon because we need chain attacks to even be able to get past the end, basically. You know, because those bombs are like when you've already defeated the actual enemies. So that's why I say past the end. Just, again, kind of dumb. But hey, it's just the way it is. It's just the way the cookie crumbles. Now here, let's see, you do, okay, you have 27. Yeah, okay, and we definitely wouldn't have built up to that point at that point. Right, and now we just go for the straight up plain old oh, damn. Well, hopefully this will be enough now. No, we need to take one more hit. Okay. Damn. Okay, well, now at least we can take you out. So now we don't want to be taking any more hits. Because I don't think most of the enemies are much stronger than that. Or at least like with their multiples. Like it wouldn't be worth it for the hits and the damage and yeah, you know what I mean, right? Right? Yeah, probably. Oh, speak of the devil. Right, this is not great. I will admit. I will admit. Maybe it's... Yeah, okay, let's just hit the chili there. Like, things are going the opposite of good. Right, at least we can one-shot these ones, right? Yeah, okay. You know, I was low-key starting to get worried a little bit. Okay. Now we just take out the apprentices. Which, unfortunately, is only like 1,000 damage. And like, yeah, sure, we have to take a few of their hits. But there are worse ways, you know? And that's not even counting the final one. And that's not even counting the final one. Alright, yeah, no, we're definitely just gonna go for the small ones here. Oh, damn, at this point we're almost enough to have the chain attack be effective. Oh, well. Yeah, no, we definitely won't survive out there. Like, how much do we... 800? And remember, the chili does not scale. So we still have to do this. So yeah, we got that. And then, well, you know, if Prince Porky does anything, then we're done. Yeah, okay. And I will give this one more try though, because maybe we can do something. If I just slightly change up the way I play. But if not, then we're just kind of hopeless. Okay, so first of all, we know that we gotta take a few hits at the start to even be able to do proper damage, and that it's better to save up the chili for after that. So, you know, I will adjust my play accordingly. Now we're gonna focus the one that already had the chain attack, hoping that we might be doing sufficient damage. Okay, and now I think we're also just doing enough to take them out. Hopefully, maybe, perchance, I don't know. Okay. Yeah, well, we've had worse, I guess. And now we make sure to hit the central knight, so he's out of the play. And then we hit these ones. Oh, and we've got enough to one-shot them. But we've just reached half our health with 3 more waves to go. Pretty bad. Pretty bad. You know, he's gonna buff them first anyway. So it's... Nope, no, okay, now he suddenly decides to not do that all of a sudden. Not cool. And like I was with this working with this careful optimization, I don't know, and then you suddenly just change your whole thing for no reason, just because you can, Yeah, damn asshole. How much damage do you do again? At 386, but you've got a decent chance of buffing them. So that's why we hit. Oh, great critical. Right, so now we hit you twice, I believe. Okay, well, we've got 1600 health, which is still like abysmal. Oh, but he might burp, which then completely messes us up again. So we kind of have to go for the chili here, which is rather unfortunate, but it's just the way it is, I guess. Okay, and after that we need to go for Prince Porky, because trying to take that one out, even though he's got his double health thing going on, will definitely not work. Then we might just be taken out here, and then we know, okay, it truly, certainly wasn't meant to be. Like, how many turns does this last? 2 turns. That's a bit too many turns as well. I think this one will be it, right? Man is holding on by just this little thread of hope. Misplaced hope, mind you. But there we go, that's most certainly the confirmation that King Pig Castle is not doable for this unit. So let me just paste that there and make sure to save. Oh wow, we got the consolation prize of literally worthless. Like I definitely don't need any of that. Like just the 5 snoutlings that you sometimes get is better than this. Oh, look at that! We're already heading on to Hoghead Mountain. Yeah, I probably could have switched back to the just raw damage weapon. But hey, this might still work, especially because we have the starting chili. You know, which is kind of good. Dun, 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 dun. All right. And then we have that one. Come on. Contact. Die. Die. I said die. Haha. Wait, sorry, did I save this one? Yeah, okay, cool. Dun, 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 dun. Wow. Yeah. And then we get this one before we have the whole floating set of levels. As you're nearing the shield and the final level of the game. Yeah, anyways, fortunately the Frost Wizard isn't too difficult to deal with. So we can still take that one out quite easily. Quite easily, yes. Like, what's one more hit? Oh, another? Because 90 health? Jeez, dude. And then we call that a win. I'd say that's quite the victory. And now we're onto the floating levels. Alright, we just hit Chili to instantly take that one out. Oh, and that's also the healer. Hell yeah. No, like in pretty much any combat game, you take out the medic first. In real life, however, that's this thing called a war crime. Geneva Conventions, more like the Geneva Suggestions. Oh, no, that was really bad. It's such a commonly made joke, and it's so easy to make, but it's still funny, kind of. Now we have this little side level for the rock, with the cherries as the main reward. I think this is also the only one that has cherries as the main reward. Or at least that any other level with that also is a wave level, which is kind of annoying. Well, if you want to just farm the resource. Fortunately, I'm at the point in the game now where I don't have to worry about those. I can just, you know, buy potions as needed. But not exactly like I'm getting to use the potions, because I'm still stuck on the Alpha Pig fight. I genuinely don't know how people would manage to do that. Like, do you really just keep grinding your characters to get their mastery up? Or like what? Especially because some allege that they managed to do it at lower mastery with just also again normal weapons. And the main issue I have is that Chuck is just so weak that he gets taken out right away, or just at some point. You know, it's like, oh, you have him at full health, and then it's the pig's turn, and then your Chuck's just gone. You know, so it's like you can't even do anything about it. You know, that doesn't matter whatever shields you've got on, it just... No, but Chuck is gone. Bye. Oh, dude. Seriously. Okay, minus 5, 20 health. 20 health. Are you kidding me? Are you for real? Come on now. Come on. Alright, let's just use the chili to get rid of this one. And then finally we wrap up with that one. Ooh, money. Yes, of course. We'll focus on that one first. Okay, you know what? I'll after this battle I'll switch to high damage weapon because no, wait, no, because I do want to do mouthful just to see like how far we get. Alright, then we hit that one. Okay. I don't know what we're gonna do about this specific setup of enemies actually. Like we are just kind of doomed. Oh no, wait, it's only one heal right now, so we're actually making decent ground. Cool. So now that's that one dealt with. Sure, we can't use the chili, but we also only need, what's 2, 3, no, just 2 even. Just 2 normal attacks and he's gone. Yes, I did indeed just mimic the sound that Red made. To be fair, I have been streaming this for 2 hours at this point. Okay, so let's see, it's just 3 normal battles, or like wave battles. And then we have the mouth ball. Which, like, we already know that one's impossible because the undead, like, it doesn't matter how strong you are, because you can only target 1, maybe 2 if you can chain attack, and then there is simply a hard limit to that. And some waves in Mouthful surpass that limit. But it's still fun to see like how far exactly we get. Because it's a 10 wave battle. So there's quite a difference between just not even making any ground in Mouthful and getting like past the halfway point. So like when I write Mouthful in these notes, I actually write the wave as well. Or well, I only did that for previous class, but I will look up how far I got for the other 2 previous classes, just so I have got this nice little layout in the document. Yeah, like 2 days ago before stream, I actually made sure to just completely fix the layout of my documents, so it was so it was a bit more neat, you know, and it like a proper standard separation between the classes, and also fully written out the level names instead of just whatever shorthand I came up with at the moment. Also, which makes it look way more proper and good. We take out the apprentice first. I don't care that shocks me. I can take it. Yeah. You know, like we only need to do 2 attacks to take them out. So like that. And like we can definitely take this hit. Like there's no problem. Does it look a little scary because you're below half health? Yes. But is it actually a problem? No. That's the very simple, straightforward answer. Dun, 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 dun. Wow. Oh yeah, I also wrote down a bunch of stuff for the exam I'm about to have in a little bit. Because, you know, the sounds and diacritics for the allophonic transcriptions, there's quite a lot of rules there, so I made sure to like list all of those. And I also made a list of the vowel sounds, because some of those are kind of tricky, and for the ones that are a bit tricky to differentiate, I added relevant notes. Oh, and I also just like drew a vowel diagram, so I've also got this general overview of where in the mouth they're formed. So you know, like so even though right now I've got a decent idea of what's a front valve, what's a back valve. It's still nice to have this general overview. And then for the rest, I could probably just look through my notes. Like even if it's all split up between different pages and chapters. Like it's mostly straightforward enough. That's just looking it up like that works, and it doesn't need to be written down again. And I will also make sure to do the practice test and actually see like what was needed there, so that I also know like what are the gaps in my knowledge, what's the main issue. It's probably gonna be transcriptions, and then within that it's probably gonna be vowels, or it's gonna be forgetting linking R. Because I'm like, oh right, SSBE non-rhotic. Haha, but no, it's being followed by a vowel sound, so then you actually gotta put the R back in again. However, intrusive R, which is like when the R isn't in the spelling, that one's optional, so I don't need to worry about that one. And if I do it, then it's also fine. So it's just like focus on specific linking R for R liaison and not the intrusive. Yeah, and there's also like a few other things, but most forms of elision, for example, are also optional. So it's important to keep them in mind for maybe some severe regressions, but for the transcriptions, you generally don't have to worry about them. Like the main thing for just the phonemic transcription is just knowing your stuff, I guess. And for allophonic, then you really gonna know your diacritics, and of course on which phonemes you can actually put them and in which environment that is. Like so basically which ones could it possibly apply to, and then you gotta check if it actually applies based on the rule. But you gotta keep all of those rules in your head because you don't have an overview. So, which is fair enough, of course, but it's still a little difficult. Anyways, where are we now? We are at nope, we're dealing with a stupid summon, but that does give us the chili, and hopefully we managed to take this one out now. So the summon didn't even matter. So that's pretty cool. Oh, there's another wave. Okay then. Right, and I also put like the starts, like the general ID for the essay. For another subject. Yeah. Oh, and I also had to look at some of my notes for another subject, because yay, I guess. Could you stop summoning zombies? You little shit. You motherfucker. Oh wow, that's only 2 hits. Oh no, it's a little more. I'm definitely gonna take this one out because we don't want to deal with the summon. And after dealing with that one, we can just, one shot. So it's no problem. And even if he'd revive, at that point we'd have the chili, so we could one shot him from there. So also that ends well, I guess. And then now we're heading to Mouthful, which could be interesting. It could also be not interesting. Right, well here it's just don't do anything because he's just gonna leave, and it's better to save the chili in that case. You know, it's the only time I manually use the incredibly pointless allied feature that Red has. Here it's just hit the ghost, and then we're gonna shield again, and then the ghost will revive, and then that other guy will leave, and we are fine. Alright, so now we are at wave 3. We can still just hit you manually. Oh, but he might actually end up doing some damage. It's probably fine if we take that one hit, because that will boost our damage output from here on out. And because now we do 1100. Which still isn't a whole lot, but as long as we don't get any more Frankens, then we're gonna be fine. I think. I hope. What do we have here? Right, we have this one. Okay, we can't one-shot that one just yet. That's where things could get a little tricky. Alright, so we hit this one and realize that also doesn't work, and realize we are kind of in a predicament now. Okay, and now I'll just hit this one, and that ends up chain attacking, which wasn't quite the plan, but hey. And then we hit this one. Fortunately, we did enough damage to take. Oh, hi Kylab. Yeah, you might just be screwed. That's unfortunate. Yeah, no, like this level, I already know we're gonna lose because of the layouts it's got. But I do like to see like how far we can get. But yeah, hi, hello. I hope you're doing okay and you're like staying hydrated and healthy and all that. Let's see, how much damage output do we have? I don't know actually. Okay, that one takes 2 hits. That one takes 2 hits. Right, okay, so we need to hit both of them first. Oh, hi, hello. You're doing good? Oh, that's really good to hear. Yeah, that's nice. It's nice if you're doing good. Right, so how many hits do you take? Oh, you also take multiple hits. Okay. So now we need to like get this to the right setup. Oh, and of course we need to try and avoid the summons. Okay, I think that chain attack actually like does what we want here, so that's pretty cool. Right, okay, we've got 4 zombies and a ghost, so let me just like focus on the zombies. And oh no, they stun us, Right. Right. Oh, they just keep stunning us. Damn, that's quite the quite the thing. Oh, but this is because we need all the hits. We need to get the chain attack onto the ghost. or I guess it also works. But now we need to actually hit this one this time, and he's got the shield, which... Okay, never mind. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we are at wave 7 now. Alright. So, yeah, I think we can just, just attack these, and that would be it. Okay. Because that one would just charge the turn, but by that point we've got this. So that's cool. That's neat. Right, and now we're at the one that's impossible, because as you can see there's 5 ghosts, and we could only ever take down 4. But seeing as our health is pretty low already, we can just like wait until we're actually taken out. And we just wait for the timer to tick down and for a fate to truly set in. Like, how much health do we even have? Only 1400. Right, I am still focusing the kobold now, just because the mummy stunned us in this earlier wave. But yeah. Sisyphus bird. Yeah, for real. But I think it's only one more hit and he'll be relieved of his suffering. Oh, no, not quite. Well, maybe one more hit after that. Yeah, there we go. That is the end for red. Yes. Battle lost. I know. It's still 2 coins though. Okay, so mouth pool. Wave 7. Oh, hey. Yoink. Don't mind if I yes. Yeah, at least when playing Chuck, the ghost indeed won't be a problem. Hits everything. Yes, most forms of Chuck do. Like all enemies. All enemies. However, this one would still have a cap. It's 4 enemies. However, the ghosts take 2 turns, and the maximum amount of enemies on field at any given moment is 8. So he would still be able to do that. Anyways, with that, we are heading into the final stretch. And we just add the note for undead count, even if it's kind of redundant because, well, we all know mouthful by this point. Hey, I think that icon is supposed to be a little a little more to the left. Yeah, well, probably don't have to worry about it. Oh yeah, and I should definitely swap to the strong weapon. But you know, I'll worry about it once we get to the nature pig, because this one, like you just hit and you just keep hitting and you're fine, right? You know, like all he does is attack. but the green pig, you know, the one that heals, that one's kind of an issue, kind of a problem. Nice little victory music, which is music to my ears. Yes, Woofer, that's how music works. Did you know that? Yeah, I'm. Yeah, sometimes you're just stating the obvious, because you need to be stating something. Now, is this? No, this is still just Lightning Pig. So I'm guessing it's the third level then. Oh, you know, we'll see it when we get to it. Then. The music was so good in the shame. In this game, shame they took the musicians out back and shot them after the release of this game. Yeah, you know, to be fair, I have not necessarily discovered any more music made by the musicians. So who knows? Who knows? Like it looks like you're just saying stuff, but who knows? I don't. I can guarantee that. Yeah. Dun, dun, dun. They knew too much. What do you want to know? What they knew about, or is simply knowing that itself also too dangerous? Oh, that reminds me of the whole there is no anti-memetics division. What do you call it? Like multiple series of stories, I guess. Where, and I don't want to spoil anything if any of you wants to read it or watch the very, very high quality independent short film that's on YouTube. But you know, sometimes knowing something itself is already danger. Anyway, right now many things go on in Rovio's ritual department. Like not just that they're doing rituals, or that there's like a bunch of rituals throughout the company. No, but they specifically got a dedicated department for rituals. Imagine having that on your freaking resume. Like, yes, hello, I am head ritualist at Rovio. It does have a nice ring to it though. Rovio ritualist. So I can see why some people would like it simply for the way that the job title would roll off the tongue. I mean, you're a streamer, so you know about rituals. What? What does that mean? What does that mean? How? You have to sell your soul to become a streamer. Oh, no. I see where the misunderstanding comes from. But you have to sell your soul to become a successful streamer. You know, and so it's very apparent that I still have my soul. So don't worry, yeah, it's still there. Ding. Anyways, we are progressing quite nicely through this level. Don't have that attitude. You won't for long. That sounds more like a threat than then a prediction that I will change my decision and end up deciding to sell my soul. So I don't quite know how to feel about that statement. Yeah. Oh, you're just wishing me for success. Right. Well, in that case, I do appreciate that. I do. I'm just like bad at responding to like things like that. So yeah. My apologies for just this response being kind of, not overly hyped or anything. And ooh, Ice Guy. But yeah, thank you. Look at that. This one is just, again, simple attacks. You get hit, you deal hit, you get hit, you deal hit. Wait, is it the normal attack that blocks? No, okay, it's the charge, right. It doesn't really matter whether we have the chili blocked, because, the chili isn't even close to full. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, wait, spin the wheel, yes, okay. And then loading screen, and then let me add the lines to this Excel thing, because it doesn't have the lines anymore. There, lines, right border, yes, okay. And Control S. Okay, and now we are onto the final shield. And you know what comes after that? The final castle. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. It is going for a summon, it looks like, which could be a problem. It doesn't have to be, but it could be. As long as he doesn't get any more summons, we are gonna be fine. I'm just slightly worried about the way this is going, especially because he also has his heal. No, wait, if it's one more summon, then we can still do it, because he's like a corporeal undead, which means 3 turns. So even if the next one is also a ghost, we would be fine if we take this one out first. And if we don't get knocked out by that guy. Okay. So we're definitely gonna focus on the ship's kobold. And now we're gonna do the normal one. Also, the fact that you wrote Sisyphus with the TH, that reminds me of like the difference between Theta and Phi, which then reminded me of earlier today when I was looking at the International Phonetic Alphabet, which is something I do because I have to study stuff. But then I looked at one of the letters that wasn't in English, which had the V as the symbol. And it's sort of like F, except instead of using like your lower lip and your teeth, you use both of your lips. And it was kind of fun to like try and make that sound. And it also had like the voice equivalent, of course. So I also did that. Right, yeah. After that little tangent, I will read your message. The birds put all their eggs into one basket, and that's why they were punished by God. A lot to learn about the themes. That is one wild statement. Okay, he goes for the zombie attack. And let's see, that would mean 1 hit. And then he goes for another zombie attack. which means that we can progress to the second wave right away. Oh, that's really cool. That's really neat. I also like that the zombies just disappear instantly, and you still get the points for them. Right, now here we just attack the Wisp Pig. It's always only the first wave that's tricky, because he might attack mainly, but if he does the whole relying on the zombies, then he doesn't heal, and you can actually take him out pretty easily. Oh, now he even got the chili. And oh wow, he's already gone like that. I think that was one of the quickest ways of beating this battle. Especially because we got the like throughput right away. Just instantly hitting the second wave. Oh yes, indeed. It is quite interesting to learn about how much of a mess languages really are. Now I know I've now like beaten, I've gone through all the levels, but I still want to see how this one would go if I use this higher level weapon now. But yeah, you know, like when it comes to the consonants, things are pretty like straightforward, but there's still the devoicing or a dental realization for something that's not a dental consonant, or labiodental for something that's not labiodental. And then when it comes to vowels, it is just a complete disaster. Like that's the main struggle. Like think knowing the right symbols for the right sounds. Because yeah, I've got like the general idea, but it's like, oh no, this one is actually this other one, which is pretty much the same sound. Good luck. And that's, you know, kind of annoying. Well, anyways, let's see how Red is faring so far. You know, he's seen worse days, I guess. Okay, can we actually hit the ghost? I said, can we actually hit the ghost? I said, can we actually hit the ghost? Oh wait, I think like with the way I said ghost at the end there was like this minor bit of ejection, which is one way of saying things, which is like adding an ejective to it, which is like this extra puff of air. But it's not a mandatory thing. It's not like, oh, it happens by rule in specific situations in English. It's an optional thing, which I made sure to note down. But still good to know it, because, well, you know, I might be able to still use that little bit of information somewhere on the test. Especially because you need to add like a certain amount of diacritics to one of the transcriptions. So, you know, if I know one, then even if it's actually optional, the fact that I can still add it is quite valuable. But it does look like Red is gone. So yeah. That means there will be no changes to the list of the levels that the Avenger couldn't beat. But it does mean that I can put an end to to this list. And let me just add like bottom border, just like fully, just so we keep it a solid square, even if some parts are longer. And then, to my surprise, the Avenger managed to beat 2 levels that the other classes, or that both Knight and Guardian were unable to do. And that was Green Wizard and East Sea 6. So that's kind of interesting. Yeah. But yeah, thanks for stopping by. I hope you have a nice day. You know what? I will go and raid. How about that? You know, so if you just stick around for 1 minute, then let's see. Anyone in here? No. Let me just go and take a look at a few names. Or just like whatever random recommendation we have. There we go. I have this whole document with a little list. Check. Let's see. Is this one online perchance? Nope. Right. That one. Nope. Alright, then let's just see whatever kind of random suggestions we have. Let's see, any of those? No, those are big streamers, and I always want to like send people to small streamers. You know, just for like this little bit of support. Okay. Honestly, let's go and see what this one's like. Just give me a. Let's see. Yeah, this one seems nice. We're just gonna go here. Oh wait, I should probably use this command here real quick. And then copy that. And then again, thank you for stopping by. Hope you have a nice night. And then I'm gonna go raid now.